Alright, that should be live. Give me a second, make sure. Okay, yeah. Holocure, Save the Fans. Not my first time playing. I managed to get the 100% achievement before the update, thankfully, because I really don't want to do the Jump King thing. And yeah, I just haven't played in a long time. Felt like let's just have a nice, easy Saturday going into Sunday. We'll work on some achievements. Everybody on this row is... yeah, okay. Who do we want to play as? Let's play... I'm feeling Flare today. Like her base one. Calling Bugiago. See if I can remember the buttons. Okay, that's the heal. And B. Okay, yeah. Never watched much Flare. I think it's interesting that she kind of gets... oh, and I think I have other weapons turned off. I just like playing that way for some reason. Corporate pin, yeah. He always seems to get more, like, from my perspective, obviously. She's got her diehard fans. But from my perspective, she always gets more attention as, like... would we want the Raven Feather? Yeah, we'll get the Focus Shades. Gets more attention as, like, as a pair with somebody. Because, like, the reason I've been seeing her is because she's a big fan of Ina. And, like, when I first started watching Hololive, he was... all the clips I saw were of her in relation to Noelle. But she always seemed kind of... seemed cool. You know, just limited time. I ain't got time to watch everybody. Unfortunately. And it just seems like the Western support for the JP talents. What did I just... I didn't mean to pick that up. Yeah, the Western support for the JP talents seemed to really go down as the English branch came into its own. Like Myth I feel like wasn't a big thing, but once Counseloress got going, I just started seeing less and less JP clips. People are just not talking about him as much. At least, you know, from my perspective. What did I get? Okay, that's not what I want, but it's not terrible. No, thank you. I do still watch some JP. Not as much as I used to. But every once in a while I will make an effort to go in and check them out. Actually, the Hajime and Kanade. Is that how you pronounce it? Kanade? I watched some clips of them before I started streaming, and They were pretty funny. There was their Pokemon clips. I really like pickup radius. That's why I picked up the corporate pen. Oh, Shiranui construction. That kind of bummed me out. I want the stamp. I guess the stamps. But yeah, it bummed me out because, like, as a big fan of Fauna, you know, she was doing the Minecraft Mondays, building the world tree, and like 90% of the time she was by herself. Talking about like, oh, you know, it's too bad more people don't log on and that I could play with. And then as soon as she graduates, they make a new server. Which, you know, now people aren't seeing the world tree that she worked so hard on. And people are playing again, including the Regloss girls and the Flogo girls. And it was just kind of a bummer. Like, I'm sure it's a coincidence. Ooh, look at that. Yeah. And some people did see it. I know I watched clips of Kanata, I think, saw it, and Watame. And yeah, like I was saying, I'm sure it just worked out that way. Like, there were plans to put the new server in for a while. But it was a bummer to, like, right after she completes it, we're just going to make a new server and nobody's going to see it. That's the way of things, I suppose. I watch a lot of Nimi Nightmare. For no particular reason. Bring her up now. So stupid. She's just been obsessed with Elden Ring, which bummed me because I don't have a graphics card right now. Probably won't have one for a while. And I love FromSoft games. I would love to be able to play Elden Ring. But I don't have a card and I don't have the money for a new card. Things are gonna be real fucking tight money-wise for me for a while now. That'll clear up sooner or later. Hopefully. As well. Nope, nope. Did they change this? I don't know. This stage feels... Granted, we're not even at the halfway mark. This stage feels a lot easier than I remember it being. Or maybe I'm confusing it with the hard mode? I don't know. What do I even want for the last item? I don't remember. I'm gonna pick up the tiara. Oh man, I feel bad for Crony Bay and Iris. They're part of... It's got to be the most fragmented, or the most... I don't want to say broken. Broken's too hard of a word. the generation with the most graduated members, right? In some capacity. Nightly milk's pretty good. But I wonder, you know, there's plenty of gens where, like, yeah, they're not graduated, but they almost never stream. I think of Nikiri. She streams very rarely. Gura streams very rarely. And then, yeah, like I said, just the support for JP as a more casual, I guess, fan. I don't really keep up with them as much, so I don't know. I forgot Shion was graduating. So I saw something the other day about it. This is my set, right? Yeah. Oh, but hey, whatever. I saw some of her fans were in the comments talking about, like, she's been having a real hard time with the mental stuff. Fair enough. You know, how much can you expect a corporate entity to cater to that? Obviously, you want them to, especially in a... drink of water. Especially in an industry like this, where it's, you know, the relationship between the audience and the talent is the entire business model. You'd want them to really go out of their way to help the talent, but not every problem has a fix, unfortunately. Or maybe it is straight up cover. Yeah. Shouldn't have grabbed that. Should have went for speed there. I got enough pickup range. Do I have anything else to spend currency? Well, no, just the casino. I was debating on doing the casino. I might. I don't know. What's interesting to me is somebody who's... So when I got into VTubers, it was through HoloLive. And it was just before ID Gen 1. Because I remember watching their debuts. What's interesting to me is, like, at that time it was all HoloLive. Some Niji Sanji. And now, there's a lot of people who are VTubers who don't know anything about HoloLive. And I'm not, that's not like smack talking like, oh, you should respect your elders. Yeah, it's fine. Especially in this context, you're being weird. Oh yeah, I'll take that. It's a weird thing to watch, you know. something you're a fan of, like the foundation of something you're a fan of, fundamentally shift. And I definitely think VTubing's in that space right now. At least in the West, you know. I gotta stop saying you know, Don. I'm sure Japan, Hololive, and Niji Sanji are still doing numbers. I give them forever. I wonder about Niji Sanji though. They've done a lot to just thrash their own reputation. I don't follow it closely enough to say, like, the things I see are really damning. But I don't know how well sourced that information is, and if maybe there's context to it. I kind of doubt it. But never a big fan of. Just nobody ever clicked with me. I thought it was really interesting that they had an India branch. That went away pretty fast. Which is a shame. I'm so surprised, at least that I know of, that nobody has made a Spanish branch. Anime has such a huge following in Latin America, parts of Latin America. It just seems like a super easy way to get a massive bump to your numbers. But that's me being an armchair CEO. I don't know what goes into all that. Can't imagine the work laws are very easy to navigate, especially right now. With all the tariff stuff going on. That's been interesting to watch. I won't go into a whole political tirade here, but it isn't interesting seeing how much that's really been the big tariffs and Doge. For all the other stuff, it's kind of like, does it have meaning? Yeah. Is it important? No. Oops. But I am very curious to see what that does for, like, international work. I mean, FaZe Connect, I'm a big fan of the FaZe girls. It's a Canadian company, and I think most of their talent is Canadian. You know, Pip is American, Funko's Italian. I don't know about anybody. Well, and of course the JP girls. And I wonder how that's handled. I know you can get away with a lot of shit by the magical work phrase, independent contractor. A lot of bullshit happens by labeling people independent contractors. Speaking of the Face Girls, I know people have modded, well, not this version, but the itch version of this game. There's lots of mods for indies and other corpos. Like, I know there's a Pippa one. Any of them any good? The one Pippa one I saw, it seemed like really busted. Which is fun once. I still haven't burned through my prism. Now, is the prism that good, or is this level much easier than I thought? Don't get me wrong, it's definitely stepping up in difficulty. I'm not getting away from these guys as easily as I was. Oh, is that a new one? I think last time I played the stage, that the boss was different, and that thing's fucking adorable. I'm trying to think, but I don't know that he is fan base, like what they're called. Oh, but I fucking got sidetracked, sorry. Brain fart. Talk about Niji Sanji, and I just found it super fascinating that they had an India branch. I have no idea what the anime culture in India. I mean, granted, India has a massive population. So even if the percentage is way smaller, it's still a significant number of people. And they shut it down, so obviously there isn't that much support, I guess. Yeah, we really don't need that. I should watch some more Akash. Talking about India. He's always interviewing his, or doing crowd work. Doing crowd work about the Indians in his crowd. And he's real good with it. He seems to be getting a little preachy though. Or maybe that's just where I'm seeing him. Actually, come to think of it, how much of his... I watched his one special. I don't remember anything about it now that I think about it. I remember I watched the whole thing, so it must have been at least okay. And it's an older special. I'm sure he's gotten much better now. What else? Oh yeah, Brown Dust. I'm probably playing that next week. Brown Dust, if you don't know. Or Brown Dust 2. It's been blowing up because there's the one character intro where the girl, like, squeezes her ass. What did I learn about it? Gigi, I think, was talking about it. But I played the first one, which got renamed to Brave 9. So it's so weird to me that they changed the name from Brown Dust to Brave 9. And then named the sequel Brown Dust 2. I imagine that's got to be like a rights thing. There was something else called Brown Dust. But because that Brown Dust didn't get a sequel, they were able to use the name still. I don't know. But it had the original Brown Dust / Brave 9 had the most free-to-play friendly model I've ever seen. I have been playing it a little bit. And it's fun to see like all the old characters in it again. I will say it seems less free player friendly. Like not to a exploitative degree, at least not yet. Maybe it gets there, but there's already stuff where in the first game it was free, and in this version you have to pay for it. I don't know, but I'll probably play that next week on stream. As I go along, I'll see how the model is. I mean, so far it's still been very free to play friendly. Isn't there supposed to be a Yofi in that UFO? I thought they stapled their face onto it before. What was I talking about? Brown Dust 2. The graphics are way better. Like, I know people talk a lot about, Gooner bait and all that stuff, and they're like, hey, it's there. Don't get me wrong. But so what? Like, that's what people like. Stop being mad that people like things. Even if you don't like them. Not everything is for everybody. It's okay. You know what? Let's go ahead and play Hollow House. There's gonna be a lot more twinkling people here pretty soon. Let's go gamble. We'll feed as many as we can. On the lights. My name should be in here somewhere. Not of the people actually. Oh, they changed the Subamotos. The one that Subaru came up with. That's cool. And I got a lot of tomatoes, huh? And shrimp. I think if I had given them more time when they... Oh, that's right, I wasn't done with this. I had the axe. I had the pickaxe. I just didn't have the... I needed 70 more diamond. Was it? That's what it was. Alright, let's go gamble. I was talking about something and I completely forgot. A decent amount of chips. Play some really fucking terrible blackjack. 19, I'm at 15. Hit. Hit. Yeah, that was a terrible. Ugh. Hit. Hit. Finally, the dealer gets a shit draw. Hit one more. Let's land it. There we go. Stand. Damn. Blackjack, hell yeah. 14. No aces on the board. Ah. Are you serious? Hey, bribe worked. Oh, that's a beautiful. Oh, really? I thought they had to hit until they either beat you or bust. Keep it. I suck at blackjack. Do they have poker in this casino? I am marginally better at poker. Blackjack, roulette. Asky. Nope. Try it. I really haven't fucked with this stuff. The racing. Oh, they changed. Was that always her mascot? Kind of is the axolotl. That was a fun little saga. Ah! High-low. Higher. Lost. Oh, that's easy. Next round. I do so bad at that game. Got 390. Where every old man should be, just sitting in front of a slot machine. Repeatedly spinning. I don't have any booze today, though. Yeah, maybe I'll go pick some up. I ain't got... I shouldn't. What's fever time? One big there. These prizes are like super expensive, right? Yeah, like that's the big one. What are all going prizes? Oh, that's right. You can't just buy them, right? Yeah. Yeah, let's play a little more blackjack. Gamer's fallacy. Feeling better about this table. I should have stood. Should have stood. Seriously? Ugh. Hey, got it. Oof. Yeah, never mind. Just won it on the draw. 16. Push. Take a push. Staying at 19. Really, the dealer won't hit. That's surprising. We'll make this the last hand and then we'll do another stage mode. Oh. Who else should we? Well, let's finish out the day with the rabbit that got me here. I was watching anime clips back in the day. Yeah, we're gonna take it. Watching anime clips back in the day, and Pecora kept showing up. I finally watched it, and it's just been VTubers ever since. Do I want? I'm trying to think of all weapon skills have a 10% 20 size. I'm trying to think if I want Nurse's one. Probably. Just to be safe. I was just about to say, I definitely want Limiter. I'll pick up coins. We definitely want the greed stamp. I knew there was a thing with her and coins. Oh, got another diamond. What are the other two stamps we want? Do we want haste? Probably haste and size, I'm gonna guess. Do we want Halu? Let's go for Halu. Yeah, might as well. So yeah, we'll do haste and size and we'll get Nurse's Horn. Hopefully. Start eliminating stuff we don't want. I feel bad about that in this game. I played Hollow Survivors. Vampire Survivors. I was pretty good at it in there. Ooh, okay, so what do we want? We want Nurse's Horn. Anything else? Like in particular stand out? Not really. Pickup range has got to be one of my favorite stats in this game. Hey, there's the Nurse's Horn. Oh no, we want the greed stamp. What do we want? Greed and haste, I'm guessing? Yeah, that sounds like a good loadout. I was thinking Bakura might actually benefit a little bit from Halu. Just because of the higher density of enemies. I should have got rid of that PvP man. Told you I was bad about getting rid of the stuff I don't want in here. Oh, got a fan letter. I think that's such a cool thing they added to the game. Get rid of the membership. I wish it was a little bit easier to like control the drop, but I do get that for people who are super obsessed with it, having it work this way is probably the best. Best answer. Although I beat the stage 1 hard mode boss and got the fan letter, except this was before the patch, so I couldn't pick it up in time. I think I went back and got it though. So that's a change I'm glad they made. Get rid of the tiara. Ooh, cool. 2 fan letters in 1. Speed. Melee, no. No. What do I want? That's a pretty good one. Or I could get Stolen Piggy Bank. We'll go with Shades. I kinda wish I had picked up that early... Was that this run? Jeez. Was to pick up those early study glasses. That might have been the last run. Because at this rate, we won't need the haste stamp. They keep giving it to us in the upgrades. I also like that KU added the ingredients to be dropped by enemies. You don't have to just stand there and constantly tend to the farm if you don't want to. But still get the benefits of the farm. KU just made a ton of great decisions here. This is actually one of the reasons I started making V-Trigger. One of the several reasons, but... I still love looking around and finding people who are playing this for the first time. We're gonna go, well, yeah, fuck it. Go for a wider spread. You know, I haven't checked in on KU in a while. Let's see. We got any previews for the next update? Be interested to see. I want to check that out after stream. Oh, I was working on doing the finishing touches on my Smugglana carving. I got a blue stain to kind of make it icy. I don't know. It's not going quite how I hoped. Still not bad. It'll get posted regardless. I also got a red stain for the flame. Not as red as I would have liked. We're just gonna sell that. Probably should have just gone with like a cheap paint. I don't know, we'll see where it's at. Do I want to ride this out? I think we will. We'll ride this out. Go for a little longer today. I did miss a day. Taking tomorrow off as usual. Although next week I'll do a short stream on Sunday. Little Easter thing. By the way, Easter has the best candy. You can fight me on it. Got a bag full of the Cadbury mini eggs right next to me. And it will not last the night. Really wish I could buy the Sonic chips just outright. Oh wow, that's something just dawned on me. How long ago was the stream where Pecora told her mom she was a VTuber? I don't think I watched that live, but as soon as I got home, I watched it, I think. That was such a cool, and it's so cool that like more of the moms are getting involved. Obviously, Narissa's whole family is practically a Hololive member at this point. Bibu's mom. It's been fun to watch. I really like that more people are including their family in what they do. Like Leaflet and Asari. I have a problem with that channel. That's a problem I have with people at work too. And that's I was introduced to them in conjunction with each other, and I have no idea which one is which. Actually, at work, we just hired a guy. We hired two people, Chad and Brad. And it literally, every time I have to talk to one of them, I have to pause and think for a minute and go like, all right, which one is this? It's the same thing with Leaflet and Asari. Like I have looked up which one. Like I think is Asari the younger of the two, the child of the two. Don't say child. She's not. I don't think she's a child. It's the other one's child. One is the mom. And I can look it up. I can look it up right now, and I will forget immediately. So funny, I get into this habit of watching these more political YouTube or VTubers, because there's a decent amount nowadays. I'm like, oh, this is so cool to see, you know, my political beliefs represented in a hobby. And then I'm like, I'm so burned out on fucking politics. And then I don't watch them. And they get recommended. I'm like, oh, I'll check that one out. And then I get burned out again. It's just this cycle. And it is mostly, of the political ones, I do mostly watch ones that agree with me. I know it's for the best if you listen to people who disagree with you. But I'm going to be honest, VTubers are not going to make me change my politics. It does get, but it is frustrating to listen to people who I disagree with. Not because they're, oh, how dare they say something I disagree with. It's frustrating because they have the microphone. They're the ones with the voice. I don't want to, like, just be shitty and like, oh, well, actually this. And just get into a political rambling when it's like a throwaway comment they made. Although most of them do that shit on Twitter. I don't use Twitter. But I post stuff there. Oh, never mind. I still gotta figure out how to post these stories that I write. Or just the stuff that I write in general. Is Blogspot still a thing? Because I thought about just converting them into PDFs and uploading them as pictures, but I don't know. That seems weird. But maybe I'm overthinking it. I don't know. There's gotta be a website that's like, hey, yeah, post your writings here. I mean, I know there's like fanfic sites and stuff like that. But I don't really want to. It's gotta be just a more general one, right? This is gonna be a real long stream, huh? Oh, Aqua. Is she back streaming yet? Yeah, she is. She is. I remember that. She popped up the same time as Doobie, right? I think that's right. Hope she's doing well. She's streaming on YouTube or Twitch? I don't know. So funny, I'm so used to ending here, I can already feel myself kind of checking out. I'll try and, you know, muscle through here. You got that much longer. 5.5 minutes will probably translate to 7 minutes. Alright, that's my bet. I'm betting it's 7 minutes until I'm done. So it's 7:59 now. It'll be 8:06. Oh, not that long. No greed stamp, which sucks. Ton of anvils right now for some reason. That should be a boss. Where is it? No, not at the 15-minute mark? Was it 17? I don't know. I'm just kind of taking the first thing that pops up. At this point, I think I'm solid. were just talking about Nikiri, weren't we? She's one I think I would have gotten way into if she streamed more often. But because she streams so rarely, I just never had the chance to get really hooked in with her. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go pick up a beer after this. Really shouldn't, but... We're at 17 minutes and we're at 8:02. I might overestimate. We might be done before my 8:07 call. What is with all the anvils? I didn't pick one up, did I? No. I guess with a hollow, it's just accuracy by volume. Oh yeah, I was watching a video about what people don't consider in the zombie apocalypse. And one of the things I've always said is like, it probably wouldn't be a thing if we had slow zombies and it started in, you know, just one or two places. I really don't think it'd be a thing. But somebody else brought that up, and there were counterpoints of like, hey, you don't understand, like, it's hard to hit a moving target. Shooting them in the head, that's extremely difficult. Finally got the green stamp. Shooting them in the head's extremely difficult, and like, that, the first thing I thought of was accuracy by volume. Like, you're not wrong. Hitting a moving target, even a slow moving target, from a decent range in the head is extremely difficult. But it's not like we have flintlocks anymore where it takes a minute to reload. Even in California, you get 10 tries before you're worried about reloading. So yeah, that's a difficulty. That's a difficult shot. You got a ton of time. If we're talking slow zombies, if we're talking fast zombies, that's a different story. And then if we're talking Return of the Living Dead, that's the one, right? We're just screwed because there is no destroying them. There is no ending them. Unless you, and the other one that got brought up was mosquitoes. If mosquitoes can transmit the zombie virus, then yeah, we're fucked. Oh, I used to love those movies though. Hollywood kind of beat him to death there. But me and my buddies used to go, because we grew up in kind of a small town. Not a lot to do. We would go to the hardware store and plan out our zombie weapons. And the thing we always found was the gardening section. The gardening section has some wild shit in it. Especially back then. Alright. Now it's pretty close. 8:06. Anyways, thanks for stopping by. Lovely to see you, but I'm tired. Get out of here.